What is up, you guys? Steven here for Off the Shelf Movie Night to talk to you about physical media, about Blu-rays and 4Ks, and the way we like to buy and own our movies and TV shows. If you haven't subscribed already, please do so we can keep this conversation going, and I can hear about your collection and how it grows as we discuss mine and what happens as I continue to curate it. So I'm here to talk to you about something a little bit different today. If you hear things in the background, apologies. We've got people working in the house today, so this is how it's going to be. Hopefully my cat will shut the hell up. So what I'm here to talk to you about today is spoilers. I will admit right now, I can be a very difficult friend to have when you've seen a film that you are excited to talk about that I have not yet seen. Because I am very hardcore about spoilers. Very specific about what a spoiler is, and it will set me off if you spoil something for me, especially if it's a good film. This shouldn't be a big deal. For the majority of the existence of film, it wasn't a big deal, but social media has kind of made it an issue now because so many outlets and people's personal Facebook pages and Twitter and TikTok and all this are desperate for clicks that often nowadays a film will be spoiled in a headline. So what's a spoiler? I think people's definitions of spoilers vary. Mine are pretty hardcore, I admit. Simple rule of thumb for me is if it's not in the synopsis of the film and it's not in the trailer, it is a spoiler. Plot specifics are spoilers. Character specifics are spoilers. But there's something a little more important that people don't think about that can really spoil a film. So let's say you're talking to someone about a movie that they haven't seen, and you say to them, "Man, it's so good. Wait till you get to the twist in the middle." Is that a spoiler? Well, fuck yes, it's a spoiler. Why is it a spoiler? Because anytime you do something to taint people's expectations or people's overall feeling for what a movie is going to be when they go in, it can spoil the whole movie. So if you go into this movie cold and you didn't know there was a twist in the middle, boy, that twist hits you hard if it's well done. But now I'm going into the movie expecting a twist, waiting for a twist. Okay, you've seen a comedy, and you don't reveal anything about the plot or the characters, but you say, there's this joke in the middle that's so in-jokey for us that it's going to crack you up. Well, you know what? I'm looking for that now. In the back of my mind, as I'm trying to enjoy the film, you have placed that seed in my brain. Now I'm looking for it. You've taken that opportunity of discovery from me. Why is this so difficult for people to understand nowadays? The spoiling of things in headlines there's an obvious reason for that. It's clickbait. They want you to click it. And if they have to do a minor spoiler in the headlines to get you to click that link and sell that advertising for them, well, that's what people do. That's what websites do now. But, and it's unexcusable, and that'll get me. That is one very quick and easy way to make sure I don't read your website anymore, is if you do that. Now, why people are so that way one-on-one or among their friend group on social media, I don't understand. It's this desperation to be first that has overtaken people. If you talk about, this movie, this drama is so good, but man, it just has this horror vibe to it. Well, okay. Well, now I'm going in expecting something. These are spoilers. And this is where the rubber meets the road with critics. Is a good critic can review a film, give you an opinion of a film, and make you feel whether you want to see that film or not without spoiling. This is really the difference between a professional critic and someone who just wants to be a critic. Can you do that? Can you review a film like From Dusk Till Dawn and just review it without revealing too much about the plot specifics or the vibe, let's say, the atmosphere of the film? If you say, okay, this movie was so good, and you think, oh, here's a safe way to do it. I'll just compare it to something else. Well, guess what? That changes a person's expectation of a film when you compare it to something. Oh man, this film got M. Night Shyamalan to death. Well, guess what? Now I have an expectation going in of said film. I know that this makes it really hard to talk to your friends about a film, but just know going in that you're spoiling the film by changing people's expectations of it. You know? A few films I can think of. One film I can think of in particular is One Cut of the Dead. When I talk to people about One Cut of the Dead, I say to them, I'm not going to talk to you anything about the film. You just need to go see it. If you trust my opinion, I love this film. And you should see it. I know you well. I know what you like. You should see the film. Now, that's not enough for a critic, obviously. But among friends, that should be enough. Please see it soon so we can talk about it. I'm very excited to talk to you about it. In my top 10, my number one film of last year was Titane. Titane is a film that it should not be spoiled. It's such a unique experience. So I didn't speak on it at all. And when you look at the plot synopsis for Titane, we talked about this. All it does is tell you what Titane is. That it's a metal that's used in surgical procedures because it works well with organic materials. That's it. And there's a reason that that's it. It's because this is a movie. This is such a unique experience. It shouldn't be ruined. I could write a review of this, but I will say to you right now, it would be really challenging to write this review because it's a hard movie to talk about without spoiling or tainting or impacting the experience of the viewer. But you know what? That's life. That if you care about your friends, then that's what you do. You think about it before you say it. There's a movie that just came out recently, and I'm going to be very vague about it. To give you an example, between my little friend group, and I think I just referenced it a minute ago, where there is a joke in this movie that specifically has impact among my friend group. It's an in-joke. It's something that we've laughed about for many years, and it was really funny to see that same joke come up in this movie. Well, in a text string between all of us, one of my friends said, this part was so funny, this joke. Zach is going to love it. Well, guess what? I got to experience that cold and not know it was coming, and it was hilarious. Now, the rest of the group will not. What is your version of a spoiler? What defines a spoiler for you? I'd love to know in the comments. And how do you deal with spoilers? I have some friends. I have one friend in particular who doesn't really care about spoilers. In fact, his desperation to be first, to know things first, way outweighs not having a film spoiled for him, to the degree that he reads leaks. He reads the scripts if they get leaked out early. He doesn't care. And he can still quite enjoy a film. And I'm not going to say I can't enjoy a film. I certainly can after it's been spoiled. But I feel like that experience was taken from me. I was so excited to have been able to see One Cut of the Dead cold, the way it was meant to be seen. That is a cinematic experience. In the last, 10 years or so, seeing One Cut of the Dead and Titane in theaters cold was two of the best experiences in cinema that I have ever had. And I would never, ever take that from someone who hasn't seen the film yet. Now, I do believe there is a statute of limitations on spoilers. I just referenced From Dusk Till Dawn, and I tried very hard just now not to spoil it. But that is an old movie. When you start talking about movies that are 10 and 20 and 30 years old, I think your opportunities to see those films have been bountiful. So we have to, be reasonable about spoilers. I'm a reasonable person about spoilers. If a movie is that old and I haven't seen it yet, I know there is a possibility that I just didn't know about it. But still, we can't hold on to stuff that long. But, on week 1, week 2, week 3 of a movie being in theaters, I think we could bite our tongue for a few weeks, right? I would say for new movies, for me, 2 weeks is enough. 2 weeks is... Now, I'm not going to go out of my way to spoil a movie at all for my friends. But as far as online and what you say on social media and those things, I think a couple of weeks, 2 to 3 weeks is probably enough. I mean, if people are going to see it, they're going to see it. I know some people don't make their way to the theater the way I do, but come on. 2 or 3 weeks is long enough, I think. But there's, like, The Mandalorian, when that show first came out, it would launch at, like, I don't know, 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning on Friday. There were spoilers online by lunchtime. That is insane to me. It launched in the morning. Some people can't watch it until that night. I think with a TV show, it should be at least the weekend after the show comes out. If a show comes out on Friday, we should be able to maintain ourselves till Monday or Tuesday. I mean, come on. I would love to hear your experience with spoilers and what you think of spoilers. I might be very hardcore. I am very hardcore. I know I am. But it will get you blocked. It will get you removed from my social media if you spoil a film within the first week of it coming out. If you spoil a TV show within the first 2 or 3 or 4 days of it coming out, it will get you removed. I won't block you as like we won't communicate on social media anymore. I guess blocking is not the right word. I would take you off my feed. So I'm not seeing anything pop up in my feed. You don't have to tell me I'm being ridiculous, because I know I am in this day and age, but movies are special to me. This experience is special to me. It means something to me. It doesn't mean as much to other people, and that's fine. But why are you going to take something so special from people just because you want to be first? I would love to hear in the comments your experience with being spoiled. What movie got spoiled for you, and are you still pissed about it? I have so many. I know this is difficult for a lot of people, but I've gotten very good about when something comes out new that I can't see opening day. I've gotten very good about staying off social media. It's not that big of a deal for me. I will do it until I can see it. Like, example is the new Spider-Man film. I wasn't able to go opening day. I had to wait till the following week just based off work and those kind of things. So I had to step back. I had to step off social media. Now, I will say for some odd reason, it didn't seem to be quite as spoiled as much on an individual basis. There were headlines on websites. And yes, those websites got taken off my list of places to visit when I saw that, because there's no purpose other than being clickbaity. And if that's how you have to get visits, then you're not that much of a quality website to begin with. So anyway, tell me in the comments, what has been spoiled for you? What are your rules for what a spoiler is? And let's keep this conversation going. I've got a lot of physical media stuff coming up in the next few weeks. I've got some unboxings on the way, some more reviews, and I've got my Pushing 100 update, my project where I'm trying to see 100 films in 1 year, in this year. I'll be doing that update at the end of this month after I've seen everything that I can see for January. Till next we meet, pull something cool off the shelf, share it with friends and family, and remind them why physical media is the best way to watch films and TV. I'll see you guys on the next one.